Hey everyone, it's Adam here. I can't see the guy. Moments ago, just got done watching Hellraiser 6, Hellseeker. Now, I remember seeing this a long time ago, and I was getting mixed up between which one was the one that Ashley Lawrence, aka Kirsty Cotton, came back. I said, did she come back in Hellseeker or did she come back in Deader? I can't remember which one it was. You know, I no longer own Deader. I had it on DVD. Like I've mentioned this in other previous reviews, that I got rid of that Deader DVD because I thought I was going to get it on Blu-ray with this edition. But this edition only comes with Bloodline, Inferno, Hellseeker, and Hellworld. This Blu-ray edition doesn't have Deader, but I'm not heartbroken over that. And I said to myself, which one is it now with that shit storyline that where Ashley Lawrence's character Kirsty Cotton comes back? I said, swear it's Hellseeker or fucking Deader. Turned out to be Hellseeker, and that was the one that fucking pissed me off the most. Just got done watching it moments ago. Oh my god. Basically, Hellseeker has more or less the same twist as Inferno. On that, I think Hellraiser Inferno is better than this movie. Please check out my review for that. But Hellseeker, there's just so many fucking things wrong with it. I'll go through them all one by one. First of all, the acting's fucking terrible. I mean, the lead guy, Trevor, who plays Kirsty's husband, I believe, in this movie, his acting in this is horrendous. Fucking horrendous. Shows no emotion in any scene whatsoever. You know, for example, he's seen Pinhead in the mirror. He's seen all these Cenobites, and his expressions are basically like, if I was seeing Pinhead in the mirror and I was going through all the trauma about my wife being missing and seeing all these Cenobites and all these weird shits happening all at once, getting all these flashbacks and all these images in my head, I'll be freaked out. I'll be freaked out in my mind. I'll be screaming at the top of my lungs. And just seeing the image of Pinhead, a Cenobite with nails in his fucking head, you'd scream at the top of your lungs and fucking run the other way. Where this guy just sees him in the mirror and he's like, showing no fucking emotion. I mean, the film opens up where he's in the car with his wife, Kirsty. I mean, usually I normally say it's great to see Kirsty come back, because Kirsty, as you all know, was the lead girl in Hellraiser 1, she was in Hellraiser 2, she did a cameo appearance in Hellraiser 3. They have a car accident, and it plunges into the river. And the first laughable scene was actually the scene where the car goes into the river, because it goes over the bridge, and I can swear to God, if you look fucking closely, you can see like a ramp or see some sort of platform which causes the car to turn in the direction that it goes in order to make a crashing into the river. But anyway, he gets out the car, Kirsty's missing, and then he wakes up a month later in the hospital. He's having all this weird shit done to him. He's getting all these, he's seeing things that aren't really there, like he's having a brain operation done to him. But during this time, his wife's missing. And again, showing no emotion. And then we somehow find out that he's some sort of chick magnet, because apparently he's been fucking his boss at work. He's been fucking his next door neighbour. And I think he's been fucking this slut who's like a massage therapist of some kind. Because he always seems to be getting laid one way or another in this movie. Right. So we get this chick magnet, basically, who's basically showing no emotions about anything. I don't seem to be giving a shit what's going on, just showing no emotion with anything whatsoever. At least the guy in part 5, the cop in that, showed signs of emotion, of pain and suffering. And this guy just has fucking nothing. I seriously think he's got no emotions of anything whatsoever. But he's got all this weird shit happening all around him. He's having flashbacks. During this whole time, Kirsty's missing. He's seeing Cenobites. It's like he's got this camera with him, in his apartment. It was like you can see the Cenobite in the camera, but when he looks at the screen, it's not there. So we see some weird scene by scenes. Give credit, there are a few good makeup effects in this movie, but that does not make the whole movie, I'm afraid. It's just a non-stop fucking plain shit of boredom from start to finish, this one. This is going to be one of the most boringest Hellraiser films ever. And the main thing that I say this about Hellraiser Hellseeker, it's the same problem that I've got with Dead Air and Hellworld. They don't feel like fucking Hellraiser movies. They feel like random horror movies with Pinhead thrown in as a bonus. That's all these movies fucking feel like. I mean, you get die-hard Hellraiser movies for the first 3 movies, Bloodline mediocre, 5 I like to some extent, but this one was just flat-out trash. It just did not feel like a Hellraiser movie on any capacity or level. Usually I say it's great to see Doug Bradley come back, and as a bonus, Ashley Lawrence has come back as Kirsty, but she doesn't really have much to do in this movie, and neither does Doug Bradley's character, Pinhead. One little good scene I see where he takes a nail out of his head and puts it in the guy's throat. Not bad, I suppose, but again, at the same time, it was nothing to get, overhyped about. I should say the worst parts of this movie was towards the end, because we see a scene towards the end where I think Pinhead is fucking dumb as fuck. And the scene where we find out where all along, at the start of the movie, Trevor gave Kirsty that puzzle box. And she's like, I trusted you. And, he's recording her with a camera. He's not holding her at gunpoint or anything. They're having this argument. So he's telling her to open the box, and she opens it. And I'm thinking, why is she opening the fucking box? She knows what it's capable of. Could she just thrown it back in his fucking face or trying to make an attempt to get out the car? But no, she fucking opens it. And this is where I think Pinhead is a fucking dumbass. Because he wanted to get Kirsty all along. And who can blame him? Because we're talking about a woman here who outsmarted him in part 1, sent him back to hell. And then in part 2, she outsmarted Pinhead again and got defeated by Dr. Chenard. So just for those 2 excuses alone, you think Pinhead would have all the reason in the world to rip Kirsty's soul apart. And he had the opportunity to do it here and there. He didn't do it. He fell from the same trick as he did in the first movie. Because Kirsty says, I'll do you a deal. Spare my soul and I'll give you 5 more. And he agrees. So I'm thinking, you fell for this trick before when last time you made a deal with Kirsty. Didn't you learn your fucking lesson? Why are you accepting deals from Kirsty again? Last time you did that, you ended up in hell, and the second time you ended up getting killed. And it's the same woman doing the same deal bullshit, and you're falling for it again. You got the opportunity finally to kill Kirsty here and there, yet you do the same fucking thing again, and you're fucking falling for all that dealing bullshit. No more deals, Kirsty. It's your flesh we want to experience, not your skill of bargaining. Those were his very words in Hellraiser Part 2. And straight up in this one, Hellseeker, Kirsty says, I'll make you a deal. And straight away, he says, fine, deal. He didn't make she didn't have to do much persuading to Pinhead. Or wasn't coming up with excuses to try and spare her life. She just says, I'll make you a deal. And straight away, Pinhead agreed with the deal. And I'm thinking, what the fuck's all this about? What the fuck is this? He's falling for the same shit over and over and over again. But anyway, Pinhead agrees, and he takes the 5 souls, mainly the women who he cheated on her with, the women he was fucking, basically, and plus a few other characters who I have not mentioned in this fucking review. I forgot all about them, so forgettable characters. I do remember one scene of a cop killing himself in this movie, shooting himself. I do remember that scene, but it just seemed like a totally irrelevant moment, you know. And the ending was even more shit because it's a scene of the car crash scene. The cop finds the box, he puts it in an evidence bag. He gives it to Kirsty as like an anniversary present, and it's evidence. How the fuck did he get away with that? He gave something away that was evidence to Kirsty. Who would approve of that? So, sorry, usually I'd say it was great to see Ashley Lawrence come back, but to give her a role like that, where she makes Pinhead look like a dumbass, where she's like basically the evil one because she was getting revenge on him for all the cheating that he was doing. We get a guy with no emotion, Trevor, showing no emotion of the missing scenarios, of all the fucking terrifying things that are happening around him. He shows no emotion. We get a shit plot that basically has the same twist as Inferno, but like an even more worse movie. There was nothing to go mad about with the gore and everything on the side of this. It was just plain. The story itself, did not feel like a Hellraiser movie. It felt like a failed horror movie, but just pin it thrown in it and say, "Hey, we're calling it a Hellraiser movie." So again, it was a terrible movie. I have to say, Hellseeker has definitely got to be one of the worst ones in the series. Definitely. I just couldn't remember if it was this one or Deader that had this Kirsty storyline thrown in it. I knew it was one of them two. I just remember Deader being. I just remember one being the most forgettable one, and I think that one's Deader. And we've got Hellworld, which I like the concept of it being online, but other than that, it wasn't a very good movie. But Hellseeker, I can generally say there's nothing fucking good about this movie. Nothing. Fucking nothing good. And they took a big shit on that Pinhead character, I swear, when he agreed to make that deal with Kirsty. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I suppose I might as well throw in some more information about this movie while I've got this up, because I've basically gone through everything about this movie and there's been nothing good to say. I mean, this movie came out of 2002, October 15th. October 15th, 2002, 89 minutes. It felt like it went on for fucking ever. Directed by Rick Bota. Now, from what I understand, Rick Bota directed this movie, Deader, and Hellworld, I believe. I believe that's true. I believe he directed the next 3 Hellraiser movies. I'm just looking onto the Deader page right now. Hellraiser Deader. Yeah, Rick Bota. And let's look at Hellworld. I'm persuaded that one. Yeah, Rick Bota. So he directed them 3 Hellraiser movies. Fuck me. And they were the worst ones as well. I don't know. It was a terrible movie. It's an example of, when you don't have enough ideas or anything like that. And like I said, the movie was panned by critics. Some people did like the fact that Ashley Lawrence came back to do another Hellraiser movie, but again, it didn't feel like a Hellraiser movie, like I keep on saying. And it felt like the comebacks didn't really mean jack shit because of the poor script to it. So I don't know. So nothing good to say anybody about this horrendous piece of shit, Hellseeker. It's definitely going to be one of the worst ones. It's definitely going to be the most boring, uneventful Hellraiser movies in the series. Fucking retarded. Just like the whole Pinhead angle, accepting that deal. I can't believe he fell for that. And Pinhead's meant to be like this hell priest who's really intelligent, doesn't fall for shit like that. And he got outsmarted for the 3rd time by the same girl, Kirsty Cotton. Thanks for watching this, everyone. The hell continues with these fucking movies. Peace out. Yeah.